Hi, this is Mrs. Casanelli, and today I'm here to talk to you about the book I Am the Messenger by Markus Zusak. Now, this is the same author who wrote The Book Thief, and I love that book, and so I had pretty high expectations for the story. And this is a story about Ed Kennedy, and he is a 19-year-old cab driver, and he accidentally prevents a bank robber from escaping. And what after that happens, he starts receiving playing cards in the mail. And the first card he gets has three addresses on it. And he understands that he needs to go to these addresses and do something, but he has no idea what. And he has to kind of rely on his intuition to figure out what the messages mean and what to do. Sometimes what he figures out what he needs to do is very simple, like visiting an older woman who doesn't have any family, to other things that are more complicated and challenging for him, and maybe even painful. And they all have all the messages that come on the playing cards, all have one thing in common, and they need Ed to kind of shake up their lives, but at the same time, he's also learning things about himself. And then there's a little bit of an interesting twist towards the end. So I'd like to read to you just a passage when he first gets the playing cards, just so you can see what the writing style of Markus Zusak is. He actually first started writing when he was in high school. As you can see, he looks fairly young, and he's a very accomplished writer, and I think you would be interested in his craft of writing. This is page 24. It's Tuesday evening when I get home from work and pull out the mail from the letterbox. As well as my electricity and gas bills and some junk mail, there's a small envelope. I throw it down on the table with everything else and forget about it. My name's written in scrawl, and I wonder what it could possibly be. And even when I'm making my steak and salad sandwich, I tell myself to go into the lounge room soon to open it. Constantly, I forget. It's fairly late when I finally get around to it. I feel it. Feel something. There's something flowing between my fingers that when I hold the envelope in my hands and begin tearing it open. The night's a cool one, typical of spring. I shiver. I see my reflection in the TV screen and in the photo of my family. The doorman, which is his dog, the doorman snores. The breeze outside steps closer. The fridge buzzes, and for a moment, it feels like everything stops to watch as I reach in and pull out an old playing card. It is the Ace of Diamonds. In the echoes of the light in my lounge room, I let my fingers hold the card gently as if it might break or crease in my hands. Three addresses are written on it in the same writing as on the envelope. I read them slowly, carefully. There's an eeriness slipping over my hands and makes its way inside of me and travels, quietly gnawing at my thoughts. I read 45 Edgar Street, midnight. 13 Harrison Avenue, 6 p.m. 6 Macedony Street, 5:30 a.m. I open the curtain to look outside. Nothing. And I get past the doorman and stand on the front porch. Hello? I call out. But again, there's nothing. The breeze looks away, almost embarrassed as having watched, and I'm left there standing alone. The card's still in my hand. I don't know the addresses I hold, or at least not exactly. I know the roads, but not the actual houses. It's without doubt the strangest thing that has ever happened to me. Who would send me something like this? I asked myself. What have I done to get an old playing card in my letterbox with strange addresses scrawled on it? I go back in and sit at the kitchen table. I try to work out what's happening and who sent this to me, or I work out what's happening and who has sent me what could be a piece of destiny in the mail. The visions of many faces reach me. Could it be Audrey? I ask. Marv? Richie? Ma? I have no idea. There's something in me that advises me to throw it out, to throw it into the bin and forget about it. Yet I also feel pangs of guilt even for thinking of discarding it like that. Maybe it's meant to be, I think. And so that's the beginning of the journey of Ed Kennedy as he figures out what he has to do with each of these playing cards. So I highly recommend that you give I Am the Messenger a try by Markus Zusak.